Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Uh, welcome, welcome to this learning session of Seniors Forum. Just for a better viewing and seeing the speaker, I would just suggest go to view and go to speakers view. You have two views. So you go to speakers view and also, so there's a gallery view and the speakers view. So go to speakers view and also go to full screen and kindly mute your uh, microphone so that we can start, inshallah. So kindly mute and close your cameras if possible. Right. Assalamu alaikum. Everybody, welcome again to this learning session of Senior Forum. We do have about 1 or 2 sessions every month on topic which are related to seniors, beside our 5 days program in the week of fitness. So welcome. I think you all will agree with me that currently we are living in a very uniquely challenging times, and because of this COVID pandemic, which has got a lot of a major impact and effect on our life. The recent restrictions or public actions, health actions like social distancing, which are very necessary to reduce the COVID. And it is also a fact, the study shows that generally the older adults tend to have less reactivity and in general better emotional regulation and well-being than younger adults. So we seem to be affected and also be affected less than younger adults, but still we are facing challenges. Challenges like increased rate of social isolation, loneliness, bereavement. We're losing somebody in our family, and these are causing a very strong emotions in us and children, and they can make us feel isolated and lonely, and can increase stress and anxiety. It is absolutely normal to be sad, feel sad or distressed or worried or say confused or angry or scared. It is very normal, and especially those people who have a immunocompromised health condition or a high risk of COVID-19 complication, they feel it more. So besides this, our age, as we are aging it, we experience a decrease. We have a decreased memory, we have a confusion, we have depressions, we have dementia, anxiety. So these are things are normal with the age. And all these things affect our mental health. So the learning and knowing about these issues will help us to cope situation in a much better way, and we may become more resilient. So today's session is mainly to talk about this, and what we will be discussing today will be learning and discussing mental health, risk factors, stigmas, and issues related to mental health, and also the most important part would be what should be strategies, what can we do to cope with the situation. For that, I've requested a very senior doctor, Dr. Sara Sumaya. Dr. Sara has graduated from Pakistan, also from Royal College of London. She has about 25 years experience working in Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and Canada. And she has worked with children especially, and she has spent a lot of time about studying the behavioral sciences, neuroplasty, psychology, and very positive thinking. She has worked with patients in Canada with a neurodevelopment and muscular disorder requiring mental and psychological supports. And so she has an opportunity to work many patients in Canada having these medical issues related to mental. So we have requested her. So the plan is that she will have about 40-45 minute presentations and followed by questions. And probably if we have some doctors in our panel, then we will be also inviting them to comment or to add, or you can add or comment or ask question. So I'm now handing over to Dr. Sarah. Dr. Sarah, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and thank you, Shaukat.
Oh, let me, I can share here. Okay, good. Thank you, Sarah.
I'm really thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to talk to everyone about it. I will try to justify myself during this short span of time as it's a very lengthy topic and a lot of things are to be discussed in it. But I will try to justify myself as much as possible. Frankly speaking, I never knew about the importance of mental health when I was young. And I did not have any idea how important it is for all of us until I went through the hardships in my life like everyone else. And then because every one of us has some kind of problems, it is not possible that we can do things without having any hardships or any ups and downs in our life. It is us who can deal with these things if we have a good mental health, and we can make ourselves much better to the community as well because of it. So what is actually mental health? Mental health is basically what we think, we feel, and we react to the daily things which are happening in our surroundings and in our community. These may be just daily routine things, or these may be the challenges we might be facing through like loss of job, loss of someone, having an exam, etc. So mental health, everybody has a mental health, but it depends upon us how we make it strong or how we make it weak for ourselves. Now, coming to the next thing, which we always get confused with, is that is mental health the same as mental illness? If how can I have a mental health when I am living a normal life? So no, everybody has a mental health. It can be weak or it can be strong, but mental illness is something different from mental health. A mentally ill person will definitely have a mental health, but mental health, a mentally healthy person may or may not have a mental illness. This is a concept which we have to clear ourselves with. So what is actually mental illness? Mental illness is basically a condition in which our feeling of emotions, thinking, and behavior, or a combination of all this, is associated with some other problems which affects our daily functioning, which affects with our activities in our families, at our work, and even if we are in our social circle, it's definitely going to affect us. So these can be either a person can be mentally very strong and have an illness, or it can be a person who is mentally strong with no illness, or a person can be mentally very ill and have a poor mental health as well, or a person can be mentally well with no mental illness. Or if anybody wants, I can again explain this in detail with examples. But I think the important thing for us is to understand that mental health is present in all of the people around us, in me, in you, and everyone. While mental illness may or may not be present in one of us. In Canada, in Canada and States, the recent studies have shown that 1 in 5 adults have some kind of mental illness. So you can imagine how important it is. So if we are mentally healthy, then we should work more on our health so that we can delay the process of mental illnesses like Alzheimer, dementia, and other diseases, then to be part of it at an early age. Now, the important thing, this is a very important Silai. And if you, many of you must be thinking, oh my God, all these things are present in my mind right now. So these are the main health issues, which we can also call as the risk factors, which are always there in our lives. These can be an anxiety due to an exam, an anxiety due to an interview, an anxiety due to some family issues. So anxiety is always there, but we should know how to control it. Then we can have stress factors. Everyone has them, stress factors in this modern life. I cannot emphasize more on it than just saying that stress is one of the main things that affects our mental health. Then there can be other issues like loss of a family member, especially in this COVID season, I should say, loneliness. And many of us in this Western part of the world, we are sent to the care homes if we get old and we are not healthy. So that also causes loneliness away from the family, the grandchildren, our own children. Then racism and religion are one of the major factors in some part of the world which can affect us again. And that can be very difficult to deal with at times. Then not to forget that physical, mental, and social abuses are always there. And fortunately or unfortunately, they are not dealt with the intensity which they should be questioned and dealt with. So these are some of the things which are really there for us. And yes, I forgot to mention the post delivery stress, which many of our women go through. And it's just ignored by the family saying it's something normal. No, it can never be normal for a woman. And same goes for men if they lose a job or they have something else going on in their family. Um, we should be thinking of all those things, and it's just not saying that you are not alone. Many people have these problems. So what do we mean by this? These are the stigmas. These are the stigmas which are related to our mental health. We can have a public stigma, we can have a self stigma, and we can have other things associated with it. What is a public stigma? Public stigma is like, oh my God, you are faking. You are lying. How can it be? Oh, log kya kahenge. In our language, we call it log kya kahenge, meaning, why are you doing this? Look what the people will say. If I'm not happy, if I don't want to go somewhere, you will force us to go, saying that, look, if you will not attend, what will the people say? They will think that, oh, you are arrogant, you don't want to be part of the party because now you are in a higher position. No, it shouldn't be like that. These stigmas are really killing many of us, especially in our communities. So the public stigma is always there, and they stick to us like leeches. So we have to get rid of them. Then the self stigma. Oh my God, what will happen if I will tell them that I have a feeling of depression, or I don't want, or I feel gloomy? No, that is normal for a person to feel gloomy. It is normal for a person to be anxious. Like just before this lecture, I never, frankly speaking, I never taken a Zoom lecture. So I became a bit anxious about an hour or so before I started giving this lecture. So it's always there. The anxiety is there for everyone. We have to understand that, and we have to know that this is part of being a normal person. So there are things which we can do to decrease its intensity. Then so negativity should never be there, even for the public or for ourselves. It always has a negative impact or a bad impact upon our health, and in long term upon the health of other people who are with our surround our who are with us. The last thing is that others. I put it in purposely others because it can be our knowledge of not understanding that this can be the issue, our inability to understand certain things in the in ourselves, or our inability to recognize different syndromes in our syndromes mean symptoms in our us, like I don't know that I am sad. So I may be thinking that I lost the job, I'm sad. You should be sad, but this intensity of this sadness has a limit. If you pass that limit, then that is not normal. So how we can cope with these things, these are the important things. And then there are our governments, most of the governments in the world don't recognize the importance of psychological and mental health. They don't recognize it until a person is suffering from full-blown symptoms. And then there is poor funding for them. Then the private sector is also does not involve, because who will pay for it? So these are the important things which we should be thinking about before even assuming that the person is not healthy. Now, once dealing with the stigmas, we should think, can we really break these stigmas? Yes, we can break these stigmas. How can you break these stigmas? So we can break these stigmas very easily. First thing, the most important thing is that we should know the fact of educating ourselves. We can break this shell by knowing what are the facts, what are the true things. We should educate ourselves, we should educate our communities, and then we should, whenever we should talk mindfully with a focus on positivity. Don't use the don't use the negative words for yourself and for people around you. This is very important. Like we can say, if I did not pass in my exam, or if something happens to me, don't say you are dumb. That's why you did not pass. Instead, we can say, okay, look, you have your weaknesses. You can see your weaknesses. Now put them in order and work on them and try hard to succeed next time. And the person will see that success in their lives, and that will motivate them as well to do what they have to do in their lives as a person, and they can be fruitful to the community then. Now we should also be aware of what abilities we have, what are our behaviors. When we were young, everything we did was like there was no appreciation for us like the way we do for our kids these days. Like even if they just wash a plate, we would say, oh, good, you washed the plate. Look, it's so clean. But in our times, they used to say, oh, there is a small spot left over here. You should try next time better. So this is not the way. This is not the way we should be talking to people. And then our attitude and behavior also includes that if we go to a party, if we are in our office, even a small smile, a shake hand, a hug will help us all to think, oh, this person likes me. It will, maybe if I'm sad, it will help me to be in a better mood. Then if I'm in a park, I can just smile at the kids roaming around playing. Or if someone else is sitting on a bench, and if we go and sit on the same bench, just give them a smile, say, how are you today? It can change the life of that person. You don't know how gloomy he was at that time. And then the other thing I want to stress, and it can never be less, there is that don't shame other people. It's so important. Don't shame them for their figure, their body language, their dressing, their looks. All these, our looks and our body image are from God. It may be that somebody does not eat a lot, but they may be uh, healthy. I will not use the word obese here, because their obesity might be related to some disease. They don't want to be fat. They are already depressed because of it. And if we go and tell them, hi, oh my God, look at you. You cannot even fit in this chair. So that's not the way the thing should be. We even if we want to say something, it should be good. We can say, okay, you are very healthy. First thing we should not say. Then even if we are saying, we should say, yeah, I think you should, a little more exercise will make you more beautiful, more healthy. There can be a glow on your face with that exercise. And yes, that is true. So we have to give respect to others to show them that they are there, we are there, and God has made all of us to be helpful to each other and live as a social animal who is working for the best of the community. After Iman, the most important thing we all know is the humanity, how we can deal with the humanity. So we have to break this shell of a stigma from all of us. Now, let's come to the strategies. What we can really do to improve it. I know mental health, we think that mental health is very difficult to be dealt with. Even if we think that it is something normal, no, even if we think it is something normal, we always think that there is something abnormal going on with me. Whatever, at least maybe for another 20 years or so, we won't be able to understand the feelings of a person if he is really depressed. So, what we can do to improve ourselves are few things. I usually remember it by saying G camps. So it becomes easy for me to remember these strategies. So it is basically connect with others, it's exercise, learn new skills, give to others. I love this thing, give to others. Once you understand what is the meaning of giving to others, you will enjoy giving to others and will be happy when others give to you. Then there is mindfulness, and professional help is always required everywhere. So let's touch them one by one. Connect with others. So connect with other means that we have to build a sense of being well-being and self-worth. We should know what is our worth. We should give an opportunity to all the experiences, especially the positive ones. We should provide emotional support to people around us. We should allow every kind of support to each other. So now what does this mean actually? This means that we don't have to go around to connect with others to find the relationship. Okay, let's go outside to my neighbor and connect with him. No, this is not what I'm asking. I will explain it in simple words, like connecting to others is very simple. We are social animals, right? So even sitting at the, make it a habit that we all have dinner together. At the dinner table, you can sit, we first pray and thank the God and thank God for the things He has provided us. That starts with the connectivity. We make sure that there are no phones, unless very important. We all eat together the same food. We share what are goods in it, what are not good in it. That everybody can share the story of the whole day we spend with each other. So if I didn't had a good day, so people my family can boost me up by saying it was just another day, forget it, or they can find something good in it, telling me, okay, you had a bad time with your boss, but at the same time you got a learning experience that a person can behave who has always been good to you, can even behave like that. So I should think why my boss did that to me, instead of just thinking that he shouted at me. So these are the things which we should be thinking like, and this is the positivity which we should have in our minds. Then we should give an eye contact and a body language to others. Body language and eye contact, even without words, really boost up the emotions of another person. So we have to be very careful when we look into these small things and work on these small things. Connectivity always helps people in the sense that you're walking, somebody is crossing you. Just give a smile. You don't have to talk. The 6 feet distance is still there, right? but the smile will make the difference. The mask, even with the mask on, it doesn't make any difference, because when you smile, your eyes smile. And then you will have an eye contact with that person. So the eye contact and the smile of your eyes will make them feel good. You can remove a stone from, sorry about that. Uh, so connectivity is this. It is very important in this sense. Sorry, I have to adjust my seat. Then let's come to the next slide. Okay, now exercise. What does exercise do in our lives? Exercise has a lot of effect on our body. Many of us even don't know. It increases our self-esteem to an extent that you cannot imagine. It helps in us in setting our goals and challenges in our lives. Then it the chemical changes these exercises bring in us, the hormones, the chemical effects will change our mood to an extent that we start living happily. We get more energy. We start to smile. We are ready to work and face the challenges in our lives. So these are the things which are very important. So for me, I'm always reading part of the slides. Let me explain. I'm always reading the part of the slides because that you can, because many of us just read the slide and don't concentrate. So part of it I'm reading so that when I explain, it becomes easier for you to understand what I'm trying to say. So when we talk about the activities, the exercise, even if we don't go out for exercise, like it's winter these days, so performing namaz. Believe me, performing namaz is one of the best exercises you can do. You don't know how many things you are helping, how many parts of your body you are helping with. Number one, uh, you concentrate, you stand, you are not supposed to close your eyes. So your cognition is affected. It improves. Then you move your back. It's a small bones of the spine. Then you move your hands. You raise your hands. It helps in raising your hands and giving strength to your back muscles and the shoulder muscles. Bending down, it helps in your knees. Then when we go in sujood, it helps to improve the circulation in our brain. The only thing we have to do when we perform salah is to concentrate and again try to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once we do that, all the namaz parts will be slower, because now we are connecting to Allah. And when we connect to Allah, whatever part of the namaz we are performing, we will do it slowly. So it will improve our circulation. It will improve our connectivity with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is one of the best exercises I can really tell. All of us, especially being seniors, many of us don't like going out to do some exercises. I will suggest the exercises which you can do at home. Now, you can just, while cooking, even while cooking, you can just move your body in a way that, like moving to and fro, it will help in the movements of your stomach and back muscles. Again, then you can go to the parks. You can go to the park for a walk. You can go and do the cycling over there. You can go with you can go to the park with your friends, family, grandchildren, or if you have a dog, you can go to the park to, you can go for a walk with the dog. These are the things which again help not only in connectivity, but also in exercising and making your life healthier. Once we go out, you breathe fresh air. Fresh air is very important for all of us. We know very well. Then we can also go to the gym if you want to. You will find friends over there as well. But remember, gym is not that important. We have to get out of the house to get some fresh air that will help us in improving ourselves. So this is one of the things I want to emphasize as much as I can. And even at this age, the picture, whatever shows, we can do all this. Don't say I'm not old. Like just now, somebody posted on the group saying that I'm not 80, I'm sweet 16 with 64. Who is 64? Who has 64 years of experience? So, really, I love that. I really love that and have that feeling. Coming to the next slide, learning new skills. So, what are the new skills you can learn? We usually think that we we have now retired. Most of us are retired, so we think that now that's the end of the life. Retirement in they see people from South Asia, I should say, think that retiring means the end of life. No, retiring means the start of life. Now you will start your life. Now you will enjoy your life. Until now, you were just doing your responsibilities. Now the life is for you. Enjoy your life. Go out with your friends. If you have never cycled with your wife before, go and do cycling. Buy a cycle for her and go for cycling. You will enjoy that movement with her. That is very important for you. And then if you are at home alone, we can start knitting. I was thinking of learning knitting in Croatia because I did it when I was a kid and then I forgot it. So these are the things. Then gardening. My husband has started gardening. He never did it before. So these are the new skills which we can learn. And gardening helps us. Gardening is a very good exercise, and you can talk to plants, and the plants answer you back. Believe me. I never believed it when one of my uncles, he used to talk to his plants and clean them and clean the leaves with milk. I used to think maybe he's crazy. But now when I am 57, I think no, that's right. Plants talk to you. That's very funny, but try it. They answer you back. They feel it and they make you feel happy. Then there is fresh air, of course. Whenever you are outside doing some work, the fresh air is there and you feel good about it. So these are some things which helps us in connecting. And if we learn some new skill from someone, then we have more friends to connect to. So now what's next? Oh, give to others. This is the point I love. So how can you give to others? It's very rewarding. It makes you self-worthy. But how do you connect to others? Like I said before, how do you give to others? Sorry. Like I said before, smiling, even if you don't know the stranger, helps you. Then crossing a road, an old lady is standing on one side of the road. She wants to cross, but she's scared. If you will help her cross the road, you are giving her something. Remove a stone from the sidewalk. Somebody might trip on it. Or a banana peel. If you remember in our childhood, everybody used to say, it's a great reward if you will remove a banana peel from the street. So it's just like you are giving somebody something. You gave somebody a help. You remove the thing. Somebody might not have fallen from it. If you are at Tim Hortons, why don't you pay for some stranger one day? If somebody buys a donut and a cup of coffee, just pay for them. They will look at you and just give them a smile and a hi. You will make their day. Believe me, try once and you will make their day. Volunteer for people who are really old or people who need help, like volunteering for people with Alzheimer's, volunteer for physically disabled, neurologically disabled people. Believe me, will make you feel so happy that you cannot even imagine. So these are the important things that you should think in your life. Now, coming to the next one, mindfulness. What is basically mindfulness? Mindfulness tells us that be the present. Whatever has happened in past, forget it. Believe me, forget it. It's not going to change. If you had a bad past, if you had a good past, forget it. It's not going to change anything. And don't think a lot about your future. Just you can plan for your future. But Allah knows best what is in your future. So don't think that, okay, now this is it. I have to do it. I will do this. Oh my God, I have to make sure that I have $100,000 in my account for my old age. No, you don't have to think about it. God is there to think for you. God is there to plan for you. Be in the present. Think what is in the present. Enjoy your present. To think about the future and you don't enjoy your present, you will lose your present as well. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I have done that. Frankly speaking, I have done that. Please don't do that. Live in your present. Be happy. Think about your future to an extent that is acceptable. After that, please don't do it. Now, what is mental health services? This is something which we all need. Believe me, we all need this mental health services at some stage of our life. We are all mentally healthy, but we all need this. We need a support of a psychologist when we are feeling down and when we don't want to talk to anybody. Psychologist is the person who is the best one to help us, who will listen to you. You want to say something, who will listen to you and will not answer you back. So that is one of the most important. Psychiatrists, for a good mental health, psychiatrists usually don't play any role unless you are getting a mental illness associated with it, or you have a chronic mental health problem. You need real help because you have ignored it for such a long time that now the shell needs to be broken by somebody very strong. Otherwise, psychologists and support groups and your family and friends are enough to help you out. That's why the support groups are always there to help you. So we, all of us really in this group now, mashallah, there are so many people. So in this group personally, I think that we all are enough for each other. We don't need any more support people. We are there to help each other. If there is a stage above that, if we cannot understand because we are general public, this is a field which we really don't know about. Not we don't know much about, I should say. So we can then take the help of a psychologist or psychiatrist, but we together are a support group for each other. We can help each other in all the ways possible without letting any other person know about it and building our mental health. Sorry. Coming back to this slide, I have one more thing to tell you. I'm so sorry about it. I'm really poor with this. So anyway, I was talking about the last one. So I think I got it. I got it. See, I didn't feel bad about it. Yeah. I made a mistake, but I didn't feel bad about it. So just in the end, before I close, I want to tell you guys something. I learned this very recently, and it is helpful. You can try it now, or you can try it later. So take your right hand, okay? This is the right hand thing. This is from a Japanese thing. So the Japanese people teach this. So think this index, this thumb is your anxiety. This index finger is your fear. This is your anger. This is your sadness, depression, and this one is your self-esteem. These things are basic things which are important, right? Now, hold your thumb daily. You have to do daily this exercise. It just takes 5 minutes. Hold your thumb like this and keep rotating it in your fist.
We are not able to see this one.
Oh, sorry.
You,
How
you,
can I?
you can
Just mental health service showing only picture.
okay. You just unshare it. Just unshare it. Go to the speakers.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Go to
So,
speakers view. You will see it.
okay. Just bear with me one more minute.
Just unshare it.
Okay. So pause the sharing, right? Stop sharing, right?
Okay.
So,
Yeah. They can
so
see you.
now you can see my hand?
Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me know. I didn't realize.
thank you.
Apologies for that. So again, I will start. This is your hand. It just takes 5 minutes to do this exercise. And I'm doing it since 2 days and it's helping me. So you guys should try. So this is our anxiety. This is our fear. This is our anger. This is our sadness. And this is our self-esteem. Every day, take your other hand, make a circle around your each finger. Let's start with thumb and do like this. So if you do it for just a minute or two, you will start feeling the pulsations in your finger. Once you feel it, just release it. You have to do with all the fingers. Shaukat bhai, do I have enough time to do with all the fingers or no?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So this we will do for a minute or so. I would appreciate if all of you could try so that you can tell me if it's really effective or not for you. Then the second finger, the fear finger. I can feel my pulsations. So I'm moving to the next finger. Now comes my sadness.
Can you please explain what was the middle finger was for?
Middle finger was for anger.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. The little finger is for sadness and depression. And sometimes it even helps you in poor decision making. And the last one is self-esteem. If you have self-esteem, you can deal with all the other things very easily. Self-respect, self-esteem, build your self-respect, self-esteem. Okay, once we are done with this, then we need to calm down as well, right? So this center of the palm, this is for calming down. You can use your thumb. Can you all see me?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So just for a minute, close your eyes, try to calm down, press your thumb here, do like this. You will feel the calming effect. If anybody can feel, please let me know.
Yes.
Abhi
It's a very excellent idea of doing it. Really, it helps a lot.
Thank you. So that's how we do it. So that was the last thing I wanted to show you. And I really want to thank you all guys for listening to me. And I hope I was useful for you guys to explain the things.
Thanks a lot, doctor. It was really very, very useful, and we all
Thank
really
you very
needed
much.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Can I
appreciate it.
ask one question?
Yeah, go ahead, Sarah. Can you unshare your screen?
Yeah, sure, brother.
Uh, thank you. Thank you,
I
Sarah. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
just going to open this session. Glad that there were more than 70 people logging in. I'm sure maybe 15 plus will be sharing the screen. Great. And this is a group of very seasoned, experienced people. I'm sure you all have passed from the University of Life. You all have the experience. Idea was to have interactive sessions. So please ask question or contribute if you want to. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask the question only just one thing.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My third finger is not bending completely, is just stuck in the way. I cannot bend my fingers.
Is it because of some problem or just you cannot move it around your?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a long time is going rigid. I'm making a practice for typing and I'm little better, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
It's
So,
only 50% is moving, is not moving all the way.
Yeah.
The
So
third
you-
finger, left
Okay.
hand, third finger.
okay. So no, we are doing it on the right hand, right? We are doing
Yeah.
this exercise on the right hand.
Yeah, but I want to know is there any?
Okay. So yeah, I can show you. This is the middle finger. Okay. Your left hand and you take your right hand then. Okay. Hold it like this. Okay. Can you see me?
No.
I think, Irfan sir, we won't be able to solve your problem. So can I request people to contribute, ask question about the presentations? What she has presented, any comments or questions, that'd be great. Irfan sir, we'll complete.
I have some.
Yeah, go ahead, Zora.
I think this was very, very helpful, useful, but as I put a comment that I'm putting all of these things into practice, one thing I feel, I'm not sure if I missed it or you have not mentioned, the importance of deep breathing.
Yes. Yeah, your comment is right. I did not touch deep breathing. Yes, it's a part of the exercise as well. And we can do deep breathing, but yes, I did miss it because I should have mentioned it in the exercise. Thank you for
Okay.
letting me know.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing,
I think you did mention that we should go out for fresh air, and I
Yeah.
think that's a part of breathing. So in a
Yeah,
way, you
but-
mentioned.
Thank you, Farooq bhai. But the thing is, what she is asking is the deep breathing is like you just deep breathe, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and then release like this.
inhale, exhale.
Yeah, Zora, I think we have a lot of emphasis on breathing when we do a yoga to.
I know.
So
Your
it's-
your exercise always includes that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
I'm
other thing
sorry,
is
I
I
did
would-
not mention it in part.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Good. The other thing is that I want to know, this Japanese people always have these methods for, to be funny, actually, first time I found out why they use middle finger for anger. We confirmed that from this. So, but what I needed to know whether that program has a name to it.
No, they don't have a name to it. They just for mental health, like they had mentioned it to improve your mental health. You should do it while you are sitting, you are in a bus or it's like this. So they don't have a program for it. Many of the things which Japanese teach, they just do it while they are doing something else. So that becomes part of their life, daily routine.
Yeah, that's something new we learned. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
we have so many people. Anybody wants to contribute more towards the mental health?
Yeah,
I have a question.
Yeah, Mr. Ahmed Qureshi, go ahead, please.
Yeah,
I have a question,
actually,
please.
yeah,
Farida, I'll come back to you. Ahmed, Ahmed,
Yeah.
sir, could you please go ahead?
yeah. My main question is, okay, the presentation was very good, and it was mainly focused on self-improvement. Now, how about if you have? Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah. My question is that, for instance, this presentation was very good, and it gave us the techniques for improving the mental health for self. Now, if you notice you have a family member or somebody who needs some improvement or who needs help in this, then what's the technique that you would use to help him or her? Because all times you don't have you know a professional available around. Like if you have to work within the family, to help anybody, your son, your daughter, your any of your relative living in the household, then what's the best technique to
Yeah.
handle, and in a way that it doesn't offend them?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Amar, brother Amar. So I had mentioned this but I will tell you just like if it's your mom or dad or one of your child who is behaving abnormally, you have to talk with them first. You have to talk, not to mention that I feel that you are abnormal, like somebody is isolating himself or doing things which are not good for him. Like I will just start mentioning from a relationship. Usually we have extended family. So if if your father is continuously complaining about something, like the food is not good, the food is not good, I don't like it, the clothes are not properly ironed, I don't want to go, what is this happening? So these are the small issues they start with. So first we have to sit with them, let them, if they are doing something, like if he is drinking a cup of tea and he put the saucer, the teacup in the on the saucer, or he did not spill the tea, then you can tell him, oh dad, see, you didn't spill the tea today. It's such a nice thing. You are doing it. Go for a walk with him or sit and enjoy a television program with him. If he watches politics, you can then ask him to watch that and discuss with him. He will feel more like he will open up to you, and then you will know what is the problem. And if you can still not understand, you can ask one of your extended family to help you out with it, and any one of us can be more than happy to help you.
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, thank you.
I have,
Yusuf.
Dr. Bhai, I have an observation.
Just a minute. Doctor, Mr.
Ji.
Yusuf has the first question. Is then Sayyid Yusuf Saab, go ahead, please. Sayyid Yusuf Saab, you have a question, you raise the hand. Please. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sorry about the delay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry about the delay. It was a very nice presentation. What I am asking, the pictures which you showed, is it possible that that document can be shared with us?
Okay, we'll I think we can do that. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sister Farida, you have a question? You raise your hand. Sister Farida.
How do you raise your
I'm
hand?
here. Yes, I'm here. I have a question.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just wondering when she was mentioning, Dr. Sarah was mentioning about rotating your finger and then you feel the pulsation. I don't think so. I did feel the pulsation. Is it a must? Is it a condition that you should feel the pulsation and then let go of it?
Usually feel the pulsation, just don't be too tight on your finger. Do it like this, and if once you don't feel it, the next time you will feel it, because you have to do it properly as well, right? First time we don't do it properly, we don't feel it. The best thing to start feeling, and even I asked you, was the center of the palm, right? So that's how you will feel. With time you will start feeling the pulsations, and it really works. It
Thank you.
really works, especially for the anger. I tried it once.
Maybe is a specific maneuver maybe that I'm not doing.
No, just it's just a routine.
Okay.
Hold your hand and do like this, okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Is this
Gee,
pulsation?
I feel there was a tremendous amount of information which was pretty much squeezed in the presentation. And I would really love to see another session, some expansion of the ideas that were presented, because I thought half an hour was a bit too short for it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll reconsider. Irfan Saab. You
ये
have
ये वो मैं देख नहीं पाया, ये थर्ड फिंगर, लेफ्ट हैंड थर्ड फिंगर, ये बैंड नहीं होती है, इसका कोई जो बता,
Yeah.
वो दोबारा से बता दीजिए प्लीज।
जी Irfan bhai, I had already marked your name that we didn't finish with your question. So Shaukat bhai is completely right that it is related to your arthritis or some restriction of movement due to your small joints. But still, if with your left hand, try doing like this. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah.
So
okay.
do it on your left hand as well. So it will help you improve. And then do it like this.
Right.
Try to bring it down like this. This is for your finger exercise only. It's not for other people. It's just for you.
Right.
Okay. And then you can bring it back. Okay.
Thank you. Doctors reminded me one thing about this. She shared a lot of information. I tried to sum up. I want to see what is the takeaway from the session. So I prepared a slide to show you, in my opinion, what is the takeaway of the presentation. And I think for seniors, I think I made a 10-point agenda for seniors to say physically healthy and mentally healthy. Also, the other thing which I'm summarizing, keep moving, exercise. We are doing it 5 times a week. Great job. Socializing, we are again doing it through Zoom. Stay involved in family gathering. Make a deeper, that's a reading Quran, reading with the meaning, offering praise. I mean, that's a great way of solving issues, mental health issues. Call your friends, WhatsApp call, use technology. All these things nowadays are all free. And learning, that's great. I mean, try to learn back, do something on either online learning or your own, or have a new hobby. And another thing which I've noticed will be a great help will be to get a pet. In our family, we got about 3-4 cats, and there's a great, I think, way of avoiding depressions. They keep the whole family active and playing game. So these are I just thought I should summarize what I learned from Dr. Sara that will help us to improve the mental health. So anybody wants to comment on that? That's just a food for thought for all of you. So please, if anybody has a comment, go ahead, let us know.
Shaukat bhai, very excellent session. And I'm sure that we should all practice and keep in mind whatever has been told to us. It will help us in doing our yoga exercises also when we do it. Thank you so much.
On Tuesday, inshallah.
Anybody has any comment or suggestion?
There is a comment, Shaukat bhai, in the chat. So the thumb is for anxiety. Somebody is asking that, please, the thumb is for anxiety.
Okay, just see all the questions in the chat. I think we have answered all the questions. Or there's still some more questions.
I have a small question.
Yeah, Amar Saab, go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, Dr. Sara, that we have read at times that people comment, if you are in anger, start counting opposite, like 20 backwards. So these techniques are also part of, they say you start counting 20, 19, and your logical mind starts working rather than your emotional brain, and then you count down, This is to get out of the stress, yeah.
Yeah, that is also a technique, but this is the technique I'm just telling you. In routine, you can do it while you are talking to someone or waiting for your water for tea to boil and not doing anything. You can just do it to relax your mind. This is basically to have an overall effect, daily effect for yourself. Counting is just for that particular moment.
That particular moment, yeah. One more question is that when you say pulsation relates to throbbing, what you mean? Because at times,
Yeah, you can feel your pulse, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? Please go ahead if you have any questions or you want any clarification. Please go ahead. Well, if not, then I think I should be.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sara, and thank you all the participants and asking questions.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. So I'll be closing it. Allah Hafiz.
Thanks.
Allah
Thanks.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Allah
Allah
Hafiz.
Hafiz,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
You're
Hafiz.
more than
Thank you very
welcome, my
much.
friend.